Parents for Public Schools of Jackson is a community engagement organization that connects parents and students and school administrators and the larger community to work for equitable and quality education for all children.
I see it more as a bridge between the public schools and not just parents though, but really the community.
We have offered also the arts integration component, which is Ask for More Arts. And that is where we work with the schools to offer arts enhancement in the classroom by having artists to come in and work with teachers to infuse the arts into the daily curriculum.
Art is hugely important to our children, and unfortunately it's vanishing from the schools in a lot of cases. Parents for Public Schools and Ask for More Arts initiative brings that art back in.
When we started the Ask for More Arts program a few years ago, it was about educating children. It was about how our children learn.
We make sure that the artists have some professional development, and a big part of the Ask for More Arts program is the teacher professional development.
Not just having an art teacher, but having art integrated. The third issue is having the teachers trained properly and understand that they can integrate art without themselves actually being an artist.
But the professional development component for the teachers also makes sure that when the artists leave, that the teachers can still use the arts in their classroom and make the curriculum connections that they might not have been able to make. It's not just about painting or music, it's about helping enhance the curriculum through the arts. And then when you have enough time to plan properly, it's also about teaching the curriculum through the arts.
We don't see the arts as an add-on. We feel like the arts, and we know and research shows that arts is actually a way to educate children, particularly children of color, and research backs that up.
We've found that it's very important to integrate art with the regular curriculum in the classroom. Our studies have shown that all of our students are diverse learners, and that some students learn better visually.
People learn different ways. People might learn visual, you know what I'm saying? Some people might not be as good as with academics, but if they can see it, they'll be able to understand it better. So I think integrating the art is like one of the most important things a child can have.
Right, huge bite out of the crumb. That was not what the ant.
Because we had condensed time, we wanted to really look at what's being celebrated all year in Mississippi this year, which is Freedom Summer. So it's the 50th anniversary of Freedom Summer. So we looked at that through the eyes of our community, our sense of place. Where does Freedom Summer 50 fit in with that?
So when we were able to do this in Jackson Public Schools this year and connected to the 50th anniversary of the Freedom Summer, it was a perfect way to connect our children to their history, and actually some of our adults as well.
You know, ultimately the goal for Parents for Public Schools Jackson and Ask for More Arts is for every student in Jackson Public Schools to have exposure to the arts in the classroom. It's not always a budget priority.
And a lot of times they do what the bureaucracies, the school districts or the government entities can't really do. Sometimes, whether it's red tape or just lack of the political will to do it, they fill a really large gap.
With all the other things that are going on with the curriculum and with the new Common Core, I think that sometimes that can be seen as a barrier, but I actually think that if you're using it to enhance the curriculum, that you can reach students who might not otherwise be reached through standard academic practice.
Having a strong nonprofit Ask for More Arts project through Parents for Public Schools of Jackson encourages others to realize what's going on here and what our kids are capable of, and it reminds the decision makers what responsibility we have in order to be able to make this happen.
With our writing, with everything else, we're making masks to go with it, it makes it more exciting for the children. It's more hands-on, it's just fun. You know, we lose a lot of fun in schools because of all the test prep and testing that we do, and this just makes learning exciting.
The piece that I guess I am especially proud about is that many of the artists we use are products of Jackson Public Schools. And they have taken hold of this because they really want to do something. They want to give back to the students that are here now.
And the most exciting thing that I'm happy about today is that I attended Johnson Elementary School. And so I am so excited, and you can believe it or not, your school is the first school to come to my studio this year. Woo-hoo!
I'm real excited about that, going back to the school where I had once attended. So it's wonderful. I've enjoyed working with the kids because the kids are anxious, you know, to do art because there's no art in the school, you know.
I think that just having me present in the room and the anticipation when the teacher introduced me for the day, I would get there just a little early to set up, and you know, they were having trouble paying attention. They were shifting because they were so excited to have this fresh experience.
I think that this is valuable for students to be able to, and for teachers to be able to implement lessons that deal with art and music and integrating dance into the classroom, because it's innovative, it's fun, and it shows students how learning can be fun, and we can utilize these strategies in order to teach them.
At the end of the time that the artist residency, the students are exhibit their work in at some local venue for the community to see.
Point to one that has regular.
You know, it makes your heart bleed in terms of you seeing their experience in a lot of the civil rights movement and the Freedom Summer, and just to see their expressions, it just really, you know, it makes your heart bleed. So I mean, I think it's absolutely amazing.
It really is about building community, and it's about having these children understand that they are valued, that they have worth, that what they do means something. It's pretty powerful.
It makes me feel proud that we created such a beautiful art and that people enjoy our work. I feel that I'm important, and I got something that people appreciate and people like.
It made me feel excited, like I actually accomplished something, or I achieved a goal, because I want to be like a cartoon artist when I grow up. So I feel like this will help me to achieve my goal in life. So
I think when you look around at all these pieces of artwork, regardless of whether it's these kids in pre-K and kindergarten, or the kids over in the middle schools, or the kids in the elementary school, why it's so important, because it's a way to engage kids, it's a way to keep kids in school rather than push them out of school.
But to have their finished product be put in a central location where the community can come see it, and then they come and they see their work, but they also see other kids' work from other schools.
But when you look at the documentary footage that was shot, when you look at the journals that were written, and then when you see these exhibits that really speak to the successes of Freedom Summer and what people went through to achieve some of the forward movement that's happened here, and then watching people come through the exhibit at Metro Center Mall and we had some of the elders that came through with their walking groups and stopped and just really had to take in how powerful these images were, then you can't do anything but say this was a success. I mean, this was an amazing year.